Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. So today I've got a couple of different plans that I want to work on. One, I want to scale up my ability to go outside of my own little biome here using the exosuits, because there's a couple different places I want to go. I want to go down here because I have access to nice crude oil, and I can go ahead and potentially put some water in there and pump that around. I also want to just see what's down there. And the other thing is I'm building this metal refining system over here that has an automated inventory system connected to it. So I want to be able to continue to build this thing up while I have some dupes doing some other things, because it does take a long time to kind of do all of this right now because I only have 7 duplicants, but I do have extra food, so I should be able to scale up. Not only that, I have lots of oxygen in the main base now. You can see it's just loads and loads of it, and there's a lot more that's coming out of these polluted oxygen vents over here that we are now cleaning up. So with all of that, I could pretty much just scale up the amount of duplicants I have, but I want to also make sure that I have enough food for everybody inside my base. So right now, I've got a couple good sources of food. I've got a lot of pips over here. The bad pip has been constantly reproducing down there. So I have loads and loads of eggs that I could kind of process. So that is one potential option. I also have a lot of mealwood that I've been growing up, and that actually works out well in my base because I have so much dirt. If we come down here, you can see I just have tons and tons of dirt. Not to mention the whole byproduct of the arbor tree thing is that it gives off a lot of polluted dirt, which I can then use to convert into dirt, and so it makes sense to actually grow that stuff. There's also this weird bit right here in the middle of my base where I'm not really doing anything anymore, just like maybe a little bit of this, but not too much. So I think I want to really plan out exactly how I want to run the rest of my ranches inside of here so that I can more or less just say that this area in my base is done. Right? This area over here is set. I'm not worried about that anymore. This area obviously is set. I'm not going to be changing that. And I already have some homes up here for my dupes, so probably not going to change that right now. These are just barracks. They're not fancy rooms, but you know what? They're doing all right. So there's a lot I can do, but the first thing I want to do here is expand the docks. That will get everybody that's working down below, you know, they'll get that. That'll get them set so that they can just kind of do their work and I don't have to pay attention to them. So let's quickly deconstruct this and build a couple more Atmosuit docks. Hopefully you guys have had a good week here. This is Friday in my time, so that means it's just about the weekend. Although I don't really have much of a weekend. I pretty much end up doing this every day, but I do take Sunday off. So Sunday's my weekend. But this has been a really good week on YouTube. Actually, the second really good week I've had, so a big thanks to everybody that's been subscribing and supporting all of that. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content. And I hope you guys find it somewhat inspirational. Not just entertaining, but, you know, as far as having an idea, seeing if you can go out and build it. Okay, so my dupes are whipping up these new Atmosuit docks here. There we go. Just finishing that off. Perfect. And we'll set that to vacancy only so that the dupes don't try to throw my suits around. That would be nice. And we'll just make them deliver. Perfect. Good deal. Okay, so I'm just doing some planning to see if where I could potentially put another pip farm here. And it looks like I could potentially plant them. I could plant the trees right down here. I'm not going to keep this stuff here. I'll get rid of the wires, but I could plant right there. Okay, so it doesn't look like I have enough room to do a great pip ranch over here. However, I could probably do another one right over there, and that would be good, because then I'd have some sort of use for this area over here on the right, because right now it's not doing a whole lot. And I'd really like to just get this whole area figured out so that I can get my dupe capacity, you know, up, and that way I spend less time recording and I can spend more time editing, because we're actually moving through the topics a little bit faster. Sorry about uploading late. I usually upload 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at least that's my goal, but sometimes the topics take longer and I just have to upload later in the day. It's all me, by the way. There's I know people ask if I have an editor. Nope. Definitely can't afford anything like that. So it's all me. And I think this is where I'm going to do the pip ranches here. So let's go with that. As a matter of fact, let's just kind of line them up a little bit better. So we could just do this number. That'll be where the ranch is. So that's 18 by 4, which is bigger than I need it to be. Okay. So that's 72. I can go up to 96. So let's see here. Okay, so I can expand it a little bit to make it that big. And that's as big as I want to go there. All right, so I'll get rid of the hospital. Never really needed that in the first place. And this is what we'll do. We'll bring that in and we'll put some more pips over there. Another 2 rows of pips. So the grooming station, we're going to slap that guy in right over here. Whoop, just like so. And we'll slap a critter drop off in there too. So I can clear out all of that. Don't need it anymore. Boom. That should be enough. Just enough. All right, who do we have inside of here? Ooh. Do I want iron, copper, or a duplicant? But what do we have over here with, what's Abe got? Can't do researching errands or doctor, but early bird, so +2 to all attributes. And you like digging. All right, I'll go with that. Kenzilla, welcome to the base, and thank you for being a Patreon supporter. We got a bed for you right up here. All right, so now I need to make sure that I have these schedules figured out. We've got ones that are working at night, ones that are going to be working in the morning. All right, so I have 3 different schedules now. We got the standard one, we got some bath time in the morning and all of that stuff. Oh, that's what he's missing. Bedtime, bedtime, bedtime. So what he wants is a little bit of bath time before that, then downtime. Got it. I could probably just take this pattern and just pattern it out, or that pattern and pattern it out. It is what it is right now. I think it'll work. All right, so I want to bring in Pipsqueaks and Pips over to this location. Where you at, Pip? Where you at, Pippy Pip? There we are. And what is the room size that I have down here? It's not finished. That's what? Okay, so that's 80 tiles. That's all right. All right, so here I have a ranch of 80 tiles large, so that's how big that is. So each pip here, according to the Oxygen Not Included database, it requires 12 tiles per pip. So if we do this number right there, then we should see that I have 6 pips can fit in this one ranch, which is 1 less than what we could have if we expanded it even larger. I guess the catch there is so now I know just how much space I have. So I'm going to set that to 6. I could expand this to the left. I think I might actually just do that, because then I can potentially get a little bit more up here, and I could probably put this grooming station over here on the right where it doesn't have as big of an impact to my ranch system. Because right now I cannot grow trees naturally in this area because the tile is the wrong stuff. But over here, that isn't the problem. Okay, so next up I want to make sure that I sweep all of this stuff before I bring the pips in. Otherwise they're going to grab these seeds and throw them on the ground, or plant them I should say. So I don't want that to happen. What I actually want to have is a storage unit over here, and that's where I'm going to throw in a bunch of the arbor seeds. I'll do that in both locations, just like we did back here. As you can see, I actually got rid of the ladders that I used to space things out, and I should set those up again. So I want one to be right here. Since I'm going to work from right to left, I can do that. Then I need 2, and then another space, and 2, just like that. That's the pattern. Then once you have your first 3, then you actually remove the ladders as need be. So you're building from top right to left. And then I'll do the same thing down here. Kenzilla, what's up, dude? You shouldn't be sleeping down there. You just got here. You made a mess in your suit, and then you fell asleep over here. Oh, man. Ooh, you're kind of slow. Okay, Kenzilla, you should not be in the suits just right now, because you're not fast enough to do anything. You're new here. It takes a little bit to get used to. All right, so I'm just digging down here just to see what we have. And you know what? That looks like a nice small little biome down there. It also looks like the only thing that's down there is the oil reservoir. Although we do have a little bit of fossil, a little bit of diamonds, and a small amount of iron. So those are all good resources. So I tell you what, I'm going to go inside of here and just dig the whole thing up. Ooh, how hot is this stuff down here? Gotta be careful. Yeah, ooh, that's hot. All right, what are we digging up in this area? Igneous. All right, it's just a few of these tiles, like this one right here. Look at that. That's right next to 515. For whatever reason, it seems like when you dig that up, it suddenly wants to take on a lot of that temperature. I'm not sure why that is, but I think we might actually see that. For the most part, just going in here and I'm just digging rows that are 3 tall, and then you can just kind of dig the rest of it. It's a really easy way to dig out a large area like this. This isn't really a large area, but you know what I mean. Ooh, look at what we have down here, a saltwater geyser. Nice. So there's a source of water if we want it, although we'd have to desalinate it, which sounds fun. But we have some salt, we have a little bit of granite down there, some water, salt water, and some water weeds. And then we could pretty much just go down here. This looks like the starting biome. We could probably build a whole nother base right down here if we wanted to. What's the temps like in that area? Oh man, easy. 24 over here. It's like this This is like a vacation. Now, what's behind this door? We got Stinky, Mima, and the Volpup. None of these dupes are not too strong. This one is immune to food poisoning. Likes medicine, agriculture, but slow learner is just kind of a not too good of a dupe. And the floral scent. Ugh. I guess we're going to go with a Volpup and then murderize it. Murderize it! Kenzilla did him in. Bam! Just like that. Okay, so one thing I don't have here is I don't have a recreation room. I've been looking at this spot, trying to look at that and say, okay, can I build one here? It's only 15 tiles, but if you look at a rec room, the minimum size is 12. So all I got to do is get rid of this liquid tank in here. So I'm just going to dump the polluted water in some spot and then go from there. But where to dump the water? All right, we'll just dump that water right here. That will just run down here. We can kind of use that. This is currently just like my overflow solution for all of my oxyferns. Said that all backwards. I'm using oxyferns as my overflow situation because I do have, sometimes I produce too much water up here and that would just back up. I've had this area almost flood a few times. So by allowing that water to go down here and actually convert carbon dioxide into oxygen, well, that's really useful. But the other thing is that it's also helping me handle the carbon dioxide in my base a little bit. You can see down here I still have 3 kilograms, so maybe not as much as I should. I might need to put in a carbon skimmer right down here and set it up to a little bit of a pressure sensor so that, you know, the numbers stay good. Oh my gosh, look at how much oxygen I have now. Oh, some of this is potentially going to cause ear popping. That's not good. There's also some farm tiles down here that are a little bit too warm. You can see that they're just above 30 degrees Celsius, so they're not doing me any good at the moment. I somehow got rid of the water. Well, okay, when I built this, I lost a little bit of that ethanol. Let me try that again. Not sure how that ended up down there and not in here. Okay, we'll try brine then. There you go. Fancy. Extra fancy. Oh, hey, good news. So this thing is actually killing off the germs now. Look, it's 120 degrees Celsius in there. So for below 0, check this out. We can open this up. The oxygen's going to flow out. And that also means I can run this a little bit warmer so that I don't end up cooling it down so much. So we could probably set that to be above, I don't know, 10 or so. Well, that makes me think that this steam turbine, it actually did run a little bit. How about that? I knew it would run just a little bit. We wouldn't necessarily run on the wheels. Not that I need them to. I could actually set that even lower, dupes. You don't need to do that. But yeah, see the germs? They're getting killed right off the bat. So, ha! We did it. It works. It just took a little while to get there. Of course, now I've got all this oxygen. and nothing to use it for. All right. 200 steel, and I could put that right on the oil well right there. What is the overheat temperature? Okay, good. The overheat temperature of an oil well is 2,000 degrees Celsius. So I can actually I can just go with the lead oil well and stick that right there. Haha! Let's give it a try. Temperatures inside my base, they're fairly reasonable. 33 degrees, not too bad. And it's pretty much 33, 34 down here. It's definitely kept the heat from coming in, that's for sure. Eventually, we'll get it down to 30 degrees Celsius, and that's right about where I want it. Nicola, what are you doing, buddy? It's kind of hot up there, man. Be careful. It's all right. We're getting our daily dose of freshly cooked dupe. Delicious. How about you come over here and not get roasted, please? I'm trying to dig over here just to let the oxygen through. How much ceramic do I have now? Ooh, I've got a lot of ceramic. Ooh, I can make mosaic tiles. That would just look cool. Do it, dupes. Let's put some of those sweet tiles down. Oh, I don't have enough mess tables. Great. What happened over here that there's so much water? What? Oh. I might have had some ice down there. Maybe. Oh, there's a lot of water. Come on, dupes. You're making a mess all over my base. Again, I might be able to put a small bump in the floor right here and expand this room a little bit if I wanted to. And what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only got 6 tiles up there. Ren, that's not a good spot to sleep, and you're hungry. You should move back. Oh, wait a minute. I have too many suits. There we go. There you go, Ren. Ooh, there we go. That's a good dupe right there. +7 to machinery. Nice. Food morale bonus and a night owl. Increased bladder. Val, welcome to the base. We don't have anywhere to put you just yet, but I'm working on it. 1, 2. So there's a good time to do a blueprint. Biome. Actually, we can kind of, we could fit another one in there. Now, as far as your schedule, I think Fuzzbutt here was not a night owl. So I think Fuzzbutt is going to go down to the 3rd schedule, and Val, you're going to move to the night owl schedule. All right, so the biggest thing that I'm going to need now is food. I have some in the form of omelets. I have some paku that I just recently, they just did their thing. And I have some barbecue. So I want to make sure I have enough food for 9 duplicants. All right, so to get around my problem with food right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do some mealwood right here. It usually does the trick, and I have the right resources for it in this base. So, bam. Okay, then I got too many little poopers down here. They are eating my meal ice too, which I guess really isn't a good way to go. Let's go ahead and get rid of those guys. Blah! Blah! Oh no, now they're eating each other. No, no! Sweep! Come on, little pooper. Ah, darn it. Okay, so I can do hatch ranching. I can do that right down here. This is a spot where mealwood can't grow, so I'm going to shift that down here. Looking back at the oil, you can see that we've made some good progress right down here. So I have the oil well right there. It has an overheat temperature of 1,980, so lead was a good choice there. A cheap resource, and it doesn't really affect the temperature too much. So if I add a little bit of power to that and put a little water in there, then I should be able to extract oil from this location. Tell you what, I'm gonna put some seeds up here and see if I can get pips to plant in this area. I might be able to turn this room up here into a nature reserve, which means I wouldn't necessarily need a nature reserve down here. Which also means I might be able to expand this great hall so that it takes up this area down here as well. So it just includes the printing pod. All right, so I've decided to go high tech with this down here. What I'm going to be doing is just picking up the pip eggs and making sure that they get delivered over here. That way my dupes will go and do what they need to do. All right, let's take a good look at my dupes here to see what kind of skills I want them to have. So Pancake King, the morale is currently 26. Needed is 13. You're basically my chef. That's going to be your top job. So Meep is my material runner. Plus he's kind of an artist as well. So we can make sure that we have the art unlocked. But we also want to do exosuit training so you can run around. One, there's your skill. All right, there we go. Make sure you put your Masterworks hat on. Micron, you like to build and you also like to farm. So you're gonna be my #1 farmer. Bam, there's your skills. Catalina does all the research, so that's good. Otherwise, just kind of supplies equipment. And I guess does ranching on the side, which is okay. Ranch and research. I need at least 2 ranchers, so who else is going to be my rancher? It looks like Fuzzbutt's going to be a rancher as well. So there's 2 ranchers. Ren is my super digger and does mechatronics engineering, so they can build high-tech stuff. Nicola is my super builder and can dig as well. Because he's building a lot, probably needs exosuit training to get to where he needs to go. That would be the same thing for Ren. Those 2 spend a lot of time outside, so it's good to have. So Ren and Nicola both have building construction 2, exosuit training and mechatronics and all that good stuff. they're pretty legit dupes actually. Morale needed 15, but Ren is up to 21. Oof, that would bring Nicola up to plus, if I want to put them all the way up there to do mechatronics as well, which I don't think I want to have 2 super high dupes. All right, so my dupes are not quite balanced yet. I don't have a lot right down here as far as operating and just general cleaning. All right, so there's still some work to do on my dupes. Although I think Kenzilla here is going to be my dupe that's pretty much just going to try to clean all the time. Try to keep that stuff swept up. Because I have a lot of sweeping commands that are just not getting done. Of course, that's kind of Meep's job too. So, I guess I gotta work through the priorities now. Okay, so this is working out pretty good. I know that Val is going to be the one that I want to do some operating. Kenzilla is also going to do some tidying. Nicola is very good at building, so that's top priority, so that gets a plus 15, and excavation is plus 8. This all kind of adds into on top of what you set here. So this is numbers 1 through 9 adds up to what they have for a priority. So you can kind of play with the numbers that way. So given a high enough digging priority, Nicola should do that as well. I think everything comes into play when you have proximity on as well, which is something I am working with. Ren up here, you can see that is very good at building and digging. What do we have for skills on Ren? Yep, same sort of thing except for flipped priorities. So what I like about this is with more dupes, I have less dupes doing multiple jobs. So it makes it a lot easier to plan. Fuzzbutt, what are you doing? Ranching? I think that's your job. That is your job. Okay, Catalina, your top priority is to research, which isn't going to happen all the time. Otherwise, you're going to do some ranching, plain and simple. Micron is my farmer. Meep is obviously going to be art, and then supply and sweeping. Then Pancake King is focused on cooking. So what I don't have is anybody that's really doing operating except for Val down here, which is okay, but I think there's some machines that may not get run. But then again, how many machines really do need to run? I mean, we do have some refined metal here and there, but I usually I can set those on the priority a little bit higher to make them run. Let's just wait and see how this all works real quick. Okay, I want 1 pip up here, please. Duplicants. A couple more pips over here. Could you sweep them for me, Dupes? That would be nice. There's many of them just hanging out. There we go. We got some arbor acorns right there. And the pip. Yes, go plant it. You know you want to. Okay, we'll drop it on the ground. Now you can go for it. Ha! Planted. Nice. 1 down. A couple more to go. Alright, so these trees are planting up here. I already have I already have all of these planted. There's 1 more that's going to go in down here on the very end. And that should be all the trees I need in that location. So then I can move these pips down 1 more tile and do the same thing down here. You can see all the eggs I have there. 1, 2, a whole bunch of them actually, just tons of them. Alright, so yeah, I can tell right now that things are working quite a bit better. A couple extra dupes makes a big difference here. Not only that, we have some more suits over there, so I said, hey, go dig this up. Guess what? Some dupes went over there and they started to dig it up. Except for there's 3 spots right there and they can't go down, so let's build some ladder. See if a dupe will go over there. I have 1 dupes whose job it is to definitely build stuff, so I should see that dupe run over there. And if I take a look at the errands tab here, Ren is currently on this errand. The priority of 40 with a high, just like that. So yeah, there we go. Now let's remember what Ren's priorities were. Ren has a priority of 40 for building, which is just high. And then for digging, has a priority of 50. So that's why we saw Ren come over here and actually do the 1 tile build right there. And then everything in that area is being dug up. So then we turn around and we build the ladders and run off to the next thing, which is only going to be a 35.5, you know, so that's storing. Really cool to see how that works and works, you know, well. Okay, so Ren's going to come back over here and do some digging. I would expect, yeah, darn it, you can't build down there. Let's try that again. We'll build 3 more down. Let's take a look at this top errand here. Nicola is the highest, has the highest priority for building. And then Ren is just below that. Let's see here. One of these 2 should make a trip over here. Yes, Ren now picked up the errand. But now it looks like Nicola is the only one that's currently available. So, okay, so we can see how the schedule ended for some of those dupes. So Nicola is currently not allowed by schedule. Ren is not allowed by schedule. Meep is kind of low on his priority list, so he probably won't make that trip. Okay, so I'm going to move my hatch ranch from up here, which isn't currently a hatch ranch, but I'm going to put it right down here in this location. This should give me a decent amount of area. Kind of fits the size of what I got going on down there too. So what I would like to see here is that the column that's running through my base, I would like that actually just be more uniform. I'm okay with it jogging a little bit right here, but I don't like that it goes like this and then jogs over here and then jogs back. I'm not a big fan of that. I would like to see that just goes boom right up through there. So let me just deconstruct that and throw that ladder up there through as well. All right, how big is that room? 111, a little too big. I'm not counting out these tiles for a room like this. It's a little too much work right there. It's Friday, guys. It's Friday. Okay, the room's a little too big yet. Ooh, 97 tiles. That's pretty close. Okay, well, I can go ahead and throw that down there, and this one as well. We can throw a couple of hatches inside of there and call it good. Actually, I think I can reshape this just a little bit here. Try to stick with this cool looking sort of stair arrangement that we got going on. All right, we'll get rid of this stuff here as not really needed. I know I'm not really focusing on this down here at all, but I did put some commands over here, by the way. And it looks like my dupes worked through it. So that's good. This here is not an AND gate. That is actually a memory toggle. I was really tired yesterday, so I guess I made that mistake, but we'll deconstruct that one, actually make it a memory toggle. Now this arrangement normally works if you come in from the left and work to the right. But the way this works out here is you build up a certain amount of buffer over here. So you say, I want 1,000 kilograms of buffer, and then the dupes pull out of that. So actually that's where they come in and take it and go somewhere else. So what I really want to do is actually flip this arrangement. But all I really need to do is actually just flip the storage bins. Yeah, no, I actually need to flip the whole thing. Never mind. All right, let's see if there's just enough room to make this happen. I don't know if there will be, but we'll give it a try. If I want to flip this, we'll try to do that and that. And then down here, I want a memory toggle switch. So that usually goes in like that. So that would be out like this, right? Okay, so the automation here would go into the reset. Ooh, how am I going to get to that? I can do it. I don't know, I might have to move some stuff. Wait a minute, here we go. So then I could use the clock sensor right there. Well, actually it wouldn't be a clock sensor, it's just going to be a pulse. But that will then say, hey, we're good to go. And then we only reset that if it's full. Okay, again, I don't know if that's right, kind of Friday, but it looks like there's enough room to flip this thing if I wanted to without having to move the metal refinery, which is important because all the pipes line up right where it's at, so good. I used every single tile I have. Hey, look at these dupes go. Look at the commands. I'm just using priority level 5. Ah, beautiful. And there's all this refined metal down here. All right, good. It's nice when things start to work out and work out well. Ah. All right, we'll go down here and we'll just deconstruct all of that. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so another thing I need to run through the automation is this power shutoff. That way I just flick on and off the smart storage bin for just a little bit. I'll actually put that right here and then run the wire down to it. So it'll look like that, but I'll just put that power shutoff right there. So it actually runs just like that. Okay, in case you haven't seen it, this is my build from the other base that I did. This is the Super Dupe playthrough. And what I did inside of here is I have several different metal refineries with storage bins and smart bins, and essentially what this does is it runs around and I have a clock pulse that checks to see if everything is full or not, right? And then this is the buffer I have over here, and that's the amount I want to store on hand. So basically we can eat through this amount, and if we dip into that, then we flip this back over to running. So that's the same thing, except for I'm just flipping it 180 degrees, and then, so I'll have a mirrored system. You'll run up through the, well actually we might just enter on the right and go to the left, whereas this one you enter on the left and you run to the right. So it actually matters which way you're going. So I just need to flip my arrangement, and it turns out I can do it in less space if I flip it because I don't need to have the bridge there. So cool. Okay, so if I did everything right, I should be able to do this number. Just go down here, select all, and then use that to put down the blueprint once my dupes get around to deconstructing the ladder that's in my way. Y'all just ran off and went to bed. I know I gave you so much nice stuff up here, but you should... I'm trying to make a video here, dupes. That was like the best part. All right, here we go. Who's here to save me? Oh, it's Meep. Thank you, Meep. Come here, buddy. No, you just picked up polluted water. Meep! Micron, are you here to help me? Come on, buddy. All right, thank you, buddy. All right, boom. We'll paste down that blueprint. Yeah, I love that. So awesome. And then let's take a look at the liquid pipes. Oh, that's madness. Okay, that's okay. That's exactly what I was expecting. I mean, let's face it, my base wouldn't be complete without a lot of pipe spaghetti. And as long as we have 0 tiles available once we're done, I've done my job. Bam! Just like that. Now this little arrangement up here, this actually does work. I have tested this thing, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. And it does work, and it works really good. You actually do not need a lot of oil to run through this metal refinery. This overflow tank works like a charm. So because of that, ooh, maybe I probably shouldn't try to build all of this out right at the very beginning because I don't quite have the materials for it. But I can't help myself, so I'm going to do it anyhow. There we go. Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. Automation, just like that. And you know what? We're going to go down here. We're going to dig this out. Can I make a third one? I think I can. Do you think I got the materials for it? I don't know. I probably got the materials for it. All right, dupes, there you go. Just come over here, dig this out. They probably won't dig that out. Here, I'll say higher priority right there. Now dig that out. There you go. Deconstruct that. That'll be a 7. Okay, good deal. Look at these dupes go. Look at them go. Nearly perfect. You guys missed a little bit there. It's not the end of the world. And we just dump all that water right down there. Nice. And all of this just because I want to use the blueprint tool again. So, ha! Boom! There you have it. Another blueprint. Oh yeah, now that. Ooh, I'm liking this. This is good stuff. Good stuff. We'll take this pipe. We're gonna run it just over here like this. Run it up. Haha! Awesome. Just you do the work, dupes. I don't need to plan anything anymore. I did the work once. Now it's automated. That is like the best feeling. I love it. All right, so I've got one little pooper down here. Little pooper the 5th. It's now in my little hatch ranch up here. You can see that. 96 tiles. Perfect 96 tiles, by the way. Wonder what a cool looking bit of wallpaper would look like in there. I think ceramic looks pretty cool. Let's try that. If it looks cool, watch out, Pips. A lot of wallpaper is going to be coming your way. How are we doing over here? Oh, hey, good. We got all of these arbor trees except for that one. There must be a plant too close to it. It must be this tree. We can uproot that. We don't need it. What about you? Why'd you end up down here? Has anybody put a pip up here yet? That's a high priority. Here, we'll put max is 0 down there. Get rid of you. Pips, you got one job. All you have to do is plant that last tree. You know you want to. Yaha! That's what it was. This one was too close by. I know how you think. Okay, excellent. Now I can go down here and I could say arbor tree, arbor acorn, arbor acorn. We're gonna move that arbor acorn right down here and start the process all over again. Beautiful. And then we'll do this process out here and here and here and here until we cover the entire map. Keep working, dupes. Just got a little bit more to build. Just a little bit. All right, let's see how ceramic looks. What do you got, Ren? Oh yeah, it's relatively warm. Well, it is kind of warm. It's 44 degrees. That's kind of a little toasty, guys. Yeah, it's bringing in some hot ceramic. Although, look at that. Ooh. It's kind of white, clinical. However, it's a little toasty. So I'm gonna go with no for now on that one. The temperatures in my base are doing relatively good. We're down to 30s. Some spots we're getting a little bit below that, so we're just 27 right there. Not bad. It's coming down. And what do we got going on over here with the germs? Oh my goodness, who just died? Yeah, y'all need to sweep this stuff up real quick. What do we got? Dense puffs? How are the germs? Oh yeah, there's like no germs over here. They're just getting obliterated right off the bat. Just gone. Look at all this clay. Oh man. Okay, so with both of these running, you can see that the temperature in here is at 145.9. It is dropping a little bit. But now things in here are definitely just over 100 degrees Celsius, so therefore the steam turbine runs every now and then. Now if I were to plug in a little bit more to this, let's say this volcano down here, it'd be a nice source of power, wouldn't it? As it stands right now, it's a teeny tiny, it'll run this thing a teeny tiny bit every once in a while, just to kind of fill up the battery, but for the most part, we have to come over here and run on the wheel just to kind of keep it cold every now and then, which really isn't that bad considering how much oxygen we're getting out of it, which is a lot. I don't have room for all of it. I'm going to find some other places to put it. A lack of oxygen is currently not what I'm suffering from. As you can see, I might have too much of it. We're over 2 kilograms in some locations. Actually, yes, the pipes are just completely backed up. I honestly don't have anywhere to put oxygen. So I probably have to scrub some carbon dioxide and dense puffs, I guess. All right, so I've made some good progress today. I've got some more arbor trees that are being planted over here by Pips. You can see that we definitely reworked the inside of the base quite a bit. And I think I've got a really nice solution over here that'll really, it'll turn out pretty cool once I get it up and running. And I have a nice source of oil over here. If I could just pump a little water into that, not a problem. Be able to bring that over here, get this thing started up, and then automate my metal refining. So looking forward to that. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again tomorrow. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. As always, stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.